So last class, which is sad. Miss Harrison and I are gonna miss you guys so much. It's kind of hard to believe that this is the last class. But we're gonna have fun. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna talk about how that interview went. You guys got to be reporters, if you had fun with that. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna play the Go Slow Whoa game, which will be kind of like something we talked about a while ago that Miss Harrison introduced, but it should be fun still, and you guys it'll be we'll get to move a little bit, we'll get to move our bodies, so it's not like a party, but you could be dancing during some of this, so that should be fun. We're gonna explain the last hands-on activity, which is a recipe, which I know you guys love to bake and cook, so that should be fun. And then we're gonna just wrap up class, and we want to kind of hear your guys' thoughts on some stuff, okay? Does that sound good? Let's see, let me just make sure. I think that someone else was trying to, oh no one's else trying to come in. Okay, cool. So, hands-on activity. Did you guys like the activity? Yes, thumbs up, thumbs down. In the middle, no, you can do whatever. We're not offended. Kind of in the middle. Okay.
One in the middle, a couple thumbs up.
So how did your answers compare to your adults' answers? Similar, different, really similar?
Similar.
Similar, okay. The same, okay, 5 says the same. 46 says similar. Did anyone have a really different answer for any of the questions from their adult that they were surprised by? I see some heads nodding no, or shaking no. Okay. So pretty similar, all right. Did you guys learn anything new? And if so, what? Either from how you answered or how an adult answered. Your dad used 46 says your dad used complicated words. Oh, so did you learn something from your dad's answer when he used his complicated words? Yes, what'd you learn? You can unmute and share or chat in. Are you typing 46? Discoloration. Oh, do you wanna maybe unmute and share a little more about what you mean? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I never knew what discoloration was, but discoloration is when a fruit that's rotten turns black. If bread, their normal color is white or any color, it just turns black.
Okay, cool.
The smell to know that it's rotten, you just know it because it's black.
Okay, that's cool. So discoloration, and 5 said my mom and dad used that word too. Okay, so discoloration, that's an awesome one that I think we kind of hinted at that when we had our conversation last week about, or on Thursday about, food spoiling, but today's Thursday, on Monday when we had our conversation about food spoiling. But you guys are right. That's a really kind of more scientific word for that. Very cool. All right. So, and then we'll switch gears. How is your plant and or your compost doing? Has anything changed since the beginning? You guys can chat in or you can unmute and share. How is your plant or your compost or both doing? 46, go ahead.
So while growing it, my tomato couldn't grow, but at that time, me and my mom were also growing mint, and the mint is growing still big. So can I show that?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, it's outside, but we have this little tree that's growing. It's been growing for 1 year, and we just put that in for a week, and it's been growing rapidly and bigger than that little tree.
That's exciting. Super cool. Well, if it stops raining, towards the end of class, if you want to take us out and show us your mint, we'd love to see it, okay?
Yeah.
So I see a bunch of people saying that their plants in their compost are doing well. 5 said, your plant is horrible, just a few little sprouts. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm sorry. Maybe, oh, it died in a storm. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Well, it might just take a little while to kind of grow back. 50, I saw you bringing your plant over. That looked amazing.
Those did really good. Wow.
Doing so well. And you had some kind of melon, right? 50, like watermelon or cantaloupe, I think.
I had both.
Wow, that's so exciting. Well, I hope that have you seen any little flowers on your plants yet?
No.
Okay. So once you'll probably start getting flowers soon, and once you do, make sure if your plants aren't outside right now, make sure they spend some time outside so the bees or the butterflies can pollinate, okay? Awesome. They're outside? Awesome. Okay, cool. So hopefully you guys will have like, you know, fruit that's growing on them soon. Very cool. Oh yeah, we would love to see it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, another great one. Look at that. Is that 2?
Whoa, looks amazing. And I think, what was it that you were growing, 24? Can you remind us?
I was growing cucumbers and tomatoes, but I had to put like a little chopstick and a pipe cleaner there because it was tipping over.
Did that?
Yeah, it's working.
Nice and straight.
That's awesome. Super cool. Well, same thing to you. Whenever you start to see little flowers, make sure that it spends some time outside so that the bees or butterflies can pollinate, okay? Same for everyone. And whenever you start to see flowers, make sure that your plant spends a good amount of time outside, at least. If not, if it just lives out there, then that's awesome. But if you kind of bring it in and out, make sure it spends time outside so it can get pollinated. Cool. Does anyone else want to share before we move on? 46, yes, please. Show us. Your camera is currently off, but, oh, there you go, perfect.
So it's pretty big. I don't know how I'm gonna show it. If I can flip my camera or something, but here it is. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
We saw it for a second. Can you tilt your camera down just a touch more, like the other direction? There we go. Wow, look at that. It's huge and so happy. I love it.
Thank you.
Super good job. You guys are such good plant parents. I love it. All right, so it's
This one doesn't take a lot of water, so it's pretty easy to take care of.
that's awesome. Oh, I love it when plants are easy to take care of and they grow well. You feel very like, have good abilities and like feel confident when that happens. So super cool. Okay, so if someone else wants to show us at some point during the lesson, just let us know. But I think we'll move on for now. Okay, sound good? Okay.
Look at my plant.
I think I'm gonna let Miss Harrison take over for a bit now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So way back in, I think it was lesson 6, we were talking about go, slow, whoa. So to jog your memory a little bit, I wanted to put this slide in. Does anyone remember anything about go, slow, whoa before I tell you about it? Maybe type in like what you remember. What was like a go food? What was a whoa food? 5 said it's food. So that was a way to talk about food. Yeah, go foods are fruits, so fruit would be in the go category. Slow foods are sometimes, yeah. Healthy, junk food, yeah, so like a way to kind of categorize whoa or once in a while. Exactly, yes, yes, yes. Slow food, maybe chips. Yeah, so if Miss Daniel, you can just click and reveal some of the writing. Exactly what everyone just said. So the way we thought about it was go foods were the ones that you can eat almost any time. They really help our bodies to go. There's almost nothing bad about them. They have lots of things like vitamins and minerals and fiber and water and awesome things that help our body to go. And then on the other side of things, whoa foods are things that we only eat on special occasions or once in a while because they don't really help our body and too much of them can hurt. but at the same time, what is life without, a scoop of ice cream or a piece of cake? And why would we ever get rid of them completely? So that's kind of where the woe foods fit in. And then slow was kind of in the middle. You don't eat these all the time. You don't eat them once in a blue moon, but you eat them sometimes, maybe a few times a week. So they have good things and bad things in them. That was really super quick. But does that make sense to everyone? Are we remembering? Thumbs up if we remember, if that makes sense. Thumbs down if you want to spend a little bit more time reviewing this. I see 1 thumbs down. Yeah, let's spend a little more time. And I see some people said in the chat, ice cream for me is slow. So yeah, it also depends on the person. This is kind of like a general guideline, but then at the end of the day, you're the one making the choices, and it depends on what you like. 46 said, we have flaming hot chips, and my mom said we will not buy them because it has a bad ingredient. So maybe that's a woe food for you. Yeah, so people were saying some examples. I think examples also help us to understand like what these categories mean. So I saw people were saying fruits and veggies would be in go. Now that we've talked about whole grains would be probably in go as well. They have those things like fiber and protein. Plant proteins, for the most part, would be in go. If we're kind of taking a big picture look, and now we're thinking about all the different kinds of foods we learned about. And then things in woe, bread, whole, yeah, like whole grain bread. Whole wheat bread, yeah, exactly. And then those woe foods, I just think of like special treat foods, so like candy bars or cakes or things like that. And then slow is just kind of things that are in the middle. So maybe like a sandwich with white bread. It still fills you up, it still gives you some energy, but it doesn't have maybe as much fiber as a sandwich with whole wheat bread. Things like that. And 13 said, I drink soda 1 to 2 times a week. Yeah, so maybe for you, that's a slow food. So it also depends on your life. Yeah. And I see 46 did a whole bunch of emojis. Yeah, those look like woe foods to me. Yeah. Any questions about this? Any questions? 23 said, okay, so maybe like soda and pizza is your special end of the week meal on Fridays. Yeah. Yep. Go foods. Yeah, all those emojis, they look like go foods because I see mostly fruits and veggies. Yeah, exactly. And 46 said I have asthma, so I cannot have a lot of sugar. Yeah, so if that's something that you talked about with your doctor or your dietitian or maybe your parents, yeah, you always keep in mind the things that make your situation unique. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now that we have a very kind of general overview of Go Slow Woe, our memories are working. We're remembering some things from lesson 6, literally halfway through the program, and now we're at the end. We're gonna do a fun game. So this is the game where you get to move around a little bit. So the way it will work, you see people saying, yay. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's kind of like, in freeze dance, where you like dance, 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 and then you freeze. It's kind of like that. So a food is gonna show up on the screen. You'll think in your head, is this a go food? Is this a slow food, or is this a woe food? And then you'll move accordingly. So if it's a go food, we want to see you dance and move really fast. If it's a slow food, do your best like slow motion movement. And then if it's a woe food, freeze. Don't move at all. So first you'll have to think a little bit. Does this seem like a go food? Does it seem like a slow food or a woe food? And then you'll either dance for go, move in slow motion for slow, or freeze and don't move at all for woe. 5 said, good dancing, Miss Daniel. There you go.
So you guys also, just so you know, if some of us are feeling like shy or like a little self-conscious, I'm also going to be dancing like a crazy person. So that should hopefully make you guys feel like you can be goofballs too, if you so choose. We would love to see everyone have a little fun with this. We know each other a little better now. Should be really fun, okay? Miss Harrison, I just had an idea. Should I try and play some music, or do you think that will be too confusing?
I think that'd be fun.
You
What do
guys
people think?
try to play some music?
Thumbs up for music?
5 is definitely into music, okay? Thumbs up. Okay. Let me try and find some silly dance music. Give me just a second. Okay.
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. Hot air balloon that could go to space.
All right. First one.
With the air, I don't care. By the
Holy bread. What do we think?
Because I'm happy, clap along.
I gotta see it.
Feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, clap along. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm
Okay, I see some wiggling,
if you know
shoulders moving.
this is
Woo!
happy, clap along. If you
Nice. That's a go.
what you want.
Next one.
Mhm.
Here come bad
Ice cream.
news, talking this and that.
What do we think?
Give me all you got, don't hold it back.
Some slow motion dancing.
I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine.
All right. Let's see. Ooh.
So I have it as a whoa.
Take your time.
So
Or
I
what is
think
it?
this one's one of those where it differs depending on who you are, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Should we do the next one? Tomatoes. What do we think?
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because
Are we all dancing?
clap along if you feel
I think so. Yeah.
Miss Harrison, I don't think you look like enough of a goofball.
can't none.
There we go.
You get a lot worse. Yeah. Nice.
All right, next one. Juice. What do we think?
Bring me down. Can't none. Bring me down. Love is too high. Bring me down. Can't none. Bring me down.
See what people are doing. Slow motion.
Do we have some slow motion dancing going on? Fun. Awesome. Nice. Okay. I saw some freezing and some slow motion.
Mhm.
All right, next
So
one.
that I put that as slow because it still comes from fruit, but it has like less fiber and vitamins and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Here,
You
I'm
feel like a room out.
gonna turn the music down a touch. Okay, there we go. Ready? Back to it. All right, next one. Chicken nuggets. What do we think?
See some freezing, some slow motion running.
Some slow motion and some freezing. What do we think? All right. I think that's maybe, for me anyways, that would definitely be a whoa food.
So that might be fun for people.
Cool. All right, beans. What do we think to beans? Yeah? Do we have some fun dancing?
Looks like it. My favorite.
Nice. Oh, I like the dancing I see. Yeah, this is a plant protein, right?
Mhm.
All right, next one.
Mhm.
Oh, that was it. That was our last one. Good
Round
job,
of applause for everyone for your wonderful dance moves and awesome brains.
That was awesome, and that was perfect because our song just ran out. It's like it's meant to be. Okay, did you guys think that was fun? A few more minutes of dancing. Maybe at the end we'll just finish with a dance party if anyone wants to stay around. Does that sound okay? We'll get
Yeah.
back to our lesson, but we'll leave the we'll leave Zoom open for a few minutes. We can just have a dance party. Okay. All right. So we will go through our final hands-on activity for the class, which is so sad. But I think you guys are gonna really like it because it's another cooking activity, okay? So they're called overnight oats, and I see 5 said I make these. Has anyone else ever heard of overnight oats before? Do you like thumbs up or thumbs down? I see both some thumbs up and some thumbs down. Okay, cool. So basically step 1 is we have 2 videos for you guys to watch, okay? So the first one is this cool, it's like 2 minutes long, and it's just an overview of a bunch of different like baking techniques that you might hear of if you're looking at a baking recipe. And Miss Harris and I were just thinking, like, if you guys go on to do more cooking and baking after this class, these are some terms you might see in a recipe that you might be like, what does this mean? And so it might be nice to see a visual. So it's things like whisking, like if it asks you to whisk to make cream, or different things like that, okay? So that's the first video. It's only 2 minutes long. And then the second one is basically a video about how to make the recipe, how to make the overnight oats. And there's a version that's in English and also one that's in Spanish, okay? So depending on what you and your family's preference is, you can watch the video, and then you're gonna make the recipe. And it's pretty simple. If you are able to make the energy bites, you'll probably have the majority of the ingredients that you need, actually. And then the last step is, as usual, you're just gonna post it to Class Dojo, okay? So you guys can upload either a picture of the final product when you're done, or a picture of you making it, or like sometimes I know 23 loves to do videos, so you could always do like a video of you making it or explaining, so whatever you want. And that will be kind of the last activity, okay? Does that sound okay? And we'll of course post all these instructions to Class Dojo, but that makes sense? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
5 is saying, or we could ship it to your house for proof.
Yeah, you could totally ship the overnight oats. You could overnight them to our house. You could mix the ingredients and then overnight them. We'll believe you that you made it.
We'd have breakfast for days.
Breakfast for days. I kind of like this plan, actually. So feel free to overnight oats to us. So, all right, guys. So I think we'll move, if that makes sense to everyone, we'll just move on to the next little section. Okay.
All right. So we wanted to kind of get, now that our program is finished, sad face, we wanted to get some of your final thoughts. We've gotten your thoughts about specific activities, but this is your time to tell us anything you want to tell us, share about the program. Good things, bad things, anything in between. This is your time.
Okay.
So, yeah, first, before we go into the thoughts, we have one more set of surveys that we need you to fill out. Mara should be sending them out if she has not already. And then most of them will look familiar to you, but there will be one that looks a little bit different, and this one will be online, and it's kind of like how our end of our class is set up. It's for your general kind of thoughts, good things, bad things about the program, and we want you to do the survey online and just kind of type it in. So that's a way for us to make the program even better if we do it again, and just to kind of hear what you liked and didn't like. So make sure you do all of the ones that you've done before, but also keep your eye out for that new survey.
Does that sound good? Make sense so far? People are very sad, which I appreciate. Oh, and someone just messaged me privately saying that they have a few more assignments they need to do, like the Class Dojo assignments. So that's an awesome point. We're gonna keep Class Dojo open for like another week after this class ends. So don't feel like you have to rush. If there's any of the hands-on activities you didn't have a chance to finish, you will have a week to finish them, like until not tomorrow Friday, but like next Friday. We'll keep Class Dojo open for you guys. Okay? That sound all right? That way you have at least more time. Okay, cool. All right, so we just have a couple questions we want to ask you right now. I know, like Ms. Harrison said, there's going to be a little survey that lets you guys tell us your thoughts, but this will also just kind of, we just want to hear it for now to begin with. So what were some of your favorite parts of the live class, like this right here when we would meet on Zoom or WebEx? What were some of your favorite parts of the live class? You guys can chat in, or you can unmute and share. 5 said everyone being funny in the chat. 13 said the activity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, 5 said we made new friends. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you guys were all so wonderful and kind to everyone. And people are agreeing. 5 said the activity was fun. Okay, awesome. I'll wait a few more minutes in case people are still chatting in. Sometimes I forgot what we even did. That's okay. Yeah, it's there. We did a lot of stuff. So if you didn't remember everything, that was totally fine. 46 said meeting new people. Yeah, it was so nice to get to meet all of you guys. I feel like we had such really good like discussions and chats and stuff. So you guys actually can't share your names with us. We're still not supposed to know them, unfortunately, which I wish we could, but not during this program. I know, I'm sorry. It is something that makes me very sad, but it's just kind of how the research part of it, like the science part of it works. Okay, so another question for you guys. Were there any, 46 said doing the cooking assignment. So that was perfect. I said, what are some of your favorite hands-on activities, like the things you guys did at home? So some of the cooking ones I saw. What were some of your guys' favorite hands-on activities? Oh, and 50 said, why can we not? So basically, like Miss Harrison and I this class is part of actually like a research project, which is kind of like a science experiment. And one of the parts of the research is that that's why we give you guys codes. We're not supposed to know your name. So Miss Mara is the only one who knows you and your parents' names. You guys are not science experiments. You guys are participants in science. And so that's just kind of one of the weird quirks. It's because we're doing this with Rutgers, and Rutgers has very strict rules about how science that has live humans is allowed to be carried out. And so it's just kind of one of the requirements. I wish I had like a better answer, but it's just kind of one of the requirements. So. But someone said the hands-on activity with the apples was one that you liked. Oh, and someone wants the Class Dojo code. We'll get to that in just a second. So 46 said the apple one, so like the baked apples and the energy bites. Yeah, those are some of my favorites. Oh, 50 said the flavor texture activity. Yeah, I really like that one too. That might have been one of my favorites. I like the flavor and the dipping. Yeah, that was the one that 50 was talking about, the flavor texture profile. Yeah, super cool. So you guys liked kind of getting to explore the flavors that you enjoy. Yeah, that one's really fun. And it was extra dessert is what 5 said. Yep, very, very true. Okay, so we'll take a very quick pause and I'll let you guys know the new Class Dojo code since a couple friends just asked for it. So I'll type it into the chat. Oops. I almost typed it wrong. So this code, EGPTIT, will be the code for, it was yesterday and today. So then we'll have a new one tomorrow and I'll post that on the Class Dojo story and I'll also, like the main page, and I'll also message it to all the parents so that you'll have the one that you'll need for the weekend. And then, like I said, since we're going to keep Class Dojo open for the next week, we won't be having live classes, so we can't like tell you the code in a live class, but I will keep posting it on the class. Oh yeah, sorry, 46, you got it right. I will keep posting it in the class story and messaging it to parents on Class Dojo so that you guys still have the codes if you need to get in. And actually, we discovered with the afternoon class on Monday that one life hack is if you do not log out of Class Dojo each time, then actually you shouldn't need a new code. So like if you just stay logged in on your computer or your phone or your tablet, it won't request a new code from you. So that's another thing you guys could do is just log in today and then don't log out, and you will be able to keep like staying in without a new code, okay? All right, so I am going to, yes, 38, the code is in uppercase, upper caps. Yep, exactly. Okay, so next questions. Was there anything you guys didn't like about the class? And you can be really honest. We are not going to have our feelings hurt at all. So like, were there any hands-on activities you guys didn't like very much? Were there any of them that you were like, meh, this, we could have not done that one and I would have been okay? 13, 23, and 46 are all saying that no, they loved everything. Well, that's very nice. Like I said, if you guys didn't like something, we are not going to be mad or offended. This is helpful for us because like we said, this is a science experiment. This is research. So for us, if you guys say something that you didn't like, then we know not to include that next time. Okay, 5 said you didn't like the chili powder on the pineapple. Okay, but that was kind of, you know, more like a personal preference, but you like the lime juice on it. See, so if we hadn't done that activity at all, you wouldn't have known that you like lime juice on it. So if you guys think of ones as you're thinking, you can always chat them in even if I've gone on to another question, okay? So my next question was, were there any activities that were too hard? Like, were there ones that you were like, I couldn't really do that by myself, or I needed too much help from an adult. I wish that was easier. Okay. A lot of people are saying no. And also, if you guys would prefer to like send some of these messages in privately to Miss Harrison and I, so that it's not, you know, your whole class doesn't have to know your responses, that's totally fine. And if some of the things you're thinking about and you need more time, you can always include this in. That's why we're giving you that one survey, because you know, we want to make sure that you guys can express things privately too if you want. And someone did say you wish you could do more activities on your own and not need help from an adult. Yeah, so we've heard that, and so that's something we want to take into consideration for future, you know, if we do this class again, is to make sure, you know, that we maybe make it so that all the activities could be done by themselves, and so that you don't need an adult in case you don't have someone home with you all the time. So that's helpful feedback for us. Because your parents work. Okay, yeah, so that's helpful. And do we normally do this in person? Yeah, so like if it hadn't been for COVID, we would have done all of this in person, right? We would have done all these activities like in a, you know, at a summer camp or something like that. But we kind of had to figure out a way to still do everything, even though we, you know, we can't physically be with you guys. So what did you guys think about using Class Dojo? Did you like it? Was it too hard? Was it annoying? Did you have tech issues with it? What did you guys think about using Class Dojo? Okay, so some people liked it. Some people said it was fun, it was great, it was good. Okay. Did anyone have trouble using Class Dojo? Was that like challenging for anyone? Some people said we didn't get it. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, so Class Dojo I thought wasn't the easiest thing to use, especially with all these constant codes and stuff. So that's totally fair. First time it was hard, but we got it. It was difficult. Some people have used Class Dojo in school, like 23 is saying, and 13 said we used it in school, so you had more familiarity with it, which is how I feel too. Like I know how to use it because I use it with my students at school, but the first time I learned how to use it, it wasn't the easiest. So that's helpful for us. Okay, and then last thing, did you guys like having like live class with Miss Harrison and I each day, or each like 2 days a week, and then doing things at home on your own? Did you guys like that format, like having class and then doing things at home? Okay, 13 said yes. 23 said yes. Okay, so some people are saying yes. 5 is recommending Google Classroom. Yeah, that's kind of what we've been thinking too, that might be better. We just didn't know if people were familiar with Google Classroom, but okay. Did anyone not like the fact that we did live class and then you also had to do things at home? Did anyone not like that? Okay, 5 said your mom had to forward the links to you and it was hard for her. Okay, yeah, because it was Class Dojo. Whereas if it was Google Classroom, you guys would just be able to access it. Okay. Wait, 5, you just said no, then yes. You want to explain? Yes to the link thing. Oh, like that was too hard. Okay, gotcha. So some friends wanted to do the activities in class and not later at home. Okay, so that helps us. And it looks like a bunch of you guys have used Google Classroom before. So that's good. Okay, cool. That's helpful for us. All right, I think then we'll go to our next slide. I think Miss Harrison has a couple more questions for you, or just the last one.
Yeah, so this just kind of opens it up to anything you want to tell us about this class. Anything at all that you want to tell us. Go ahead. You can raise your hand and unmute. You can type. 5 said that it was amazing and fun. Aw, thank you.
Okay. So 38 was saying that you didn't get to do a lot of the activities because you didn't have, I think because you didn't have an adult at home. So that's helpful for us to know. Oh yeah, you guys can still do them. So we were saying, I think 50 asked this earlier, if we could keep Class Dojo open. So we will keep Class Dojo open all the way until next Friday. So I think that's August, let's see, 21st, till Friday, August 21st. So that if you guys want to try to do any of these activities, kind of take your time, you can. And we highly recommend, because a lot of them actually, you know, you might need an adult to help you like get onto a website or something, but then you should be able to do them by yourself. So you might need just a little adult help, but then be able to kind of do them by yourself. So yeah, we'll keep it open so you guys can keep doing things. 46 said, I love this. I want another 6 weeks. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys liked it. Oh. 5, what is your question mark about? Your double question mark. Oh, typo. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to tell us, good or bad? Just general thoughts about the class? Hashtag best class ever. Oh, you guys are so sweet. We had a lot of fun with you guys. We had a lot of fun creating the class. But that doesn't mean that we don't want feedback. So like if there really truly, if there are things you guys didn't like, we want to know, and it doesn't have to be right now. It could be in that survey, or you could send a private message on Class Dojo to us, or whatever you want, both positive or negative. We want to hear it all. We will not be in any way offended or have our feelings hurt. We're trying to learn too. You wish you knew our names. I know. I wish that too, but that's, yeah, I don't like that part either. So I would love to know every single one of your wonderful names. I'm glad we get to know your faces though. That part's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think since there's not a lot more chats coming in, I'm going to